Get ready when you can. So we stopped at that place where the general said he will send the assassins. And Sadao has made a plan that he will not share this with Hannah because he does not want her to get disturbed. When he comes home, the enemy is up. I mean, the prisoner of war is up, and he doesn't want him to move around because in the night he knows that the assassins are coming. So he makes him go to bed, and then he waits in that night for the assassins to come. He helped the boy back into the bed and then bowed. Good night, he said. He could not say he could not say anything because he knew that this guy was going to get killed the same night. Sadao slept badly. Why? He was expecting noise and people to come in so that this guy is killed. Time and again he woke thinking he heard rustling of footsteps. When you are anticipating something, you can't sleep. And sometimes you are not anticipating anything, means you don't have any goals in life and you sleep. That is also the case. But here he is anticipating, he is excited. Sometimes it happens to people, if there is a next day a big trip is coming, or they have an important exam, or something important the next day, they might not be able to sleep. It happens to me when I have to travel. The next day, if there is travel hanging, night is like sometimes not that very peaceful. So it is different for different people. But here he is anticipating these army people coming in his house, and he is worried, and he wants this thing to go away, so he cannot sleep in the night. The sound of a twig means a small branch of a tree broken, or a stone displaced in the garden. A noise as such a man who carried a burden. So he was thinking about it all night, and then he thought, ke, aa gaye, gaya. They took him. And then with that thought in mind, he was sleeping, so he was not able to sleep well. The next morning, he made the excuse to go first into the guest room. He woke up early. He said, Hannah, you don't go, I will go, I have to check him. And that way, he found an excuse to go in the room. If the American would have gone, then he could simply tell Hannah general had directed. He could tell that general, he had talked to the general, and he would not say he would be murdered, but he would be carried away or arrested in the middle of the night. He doesn't make it clear. Why? Because Hannah might get worried with people coming in with guns or anything. They have little children in the house. Yes or no? Though they are not going to come with the guns, but Hannah would be worried. Aryan, are you here? Yes, thank you. But when the door opened, he saw at once that there were on the pillow the shaggy, long, rough, blonde head. He could hear the peaceful breathing of sleep. घोड़े बेच के सो रहा था. He was sleeping. Nothing had happened. And he closed the door again quietly. He closed the door quietly. The guy was sleeping. Nothing had happened to him. He's up asleep, he told Hannah. He's almost well to sleep like that. He's sleeping without worrying, right? What shall we do to him? Hannah whispered her whole refrain. Why is Hannah more worried? She has to get all the work done every day. If he goes away, maybe the servants will come back. She's also anxious. Sadao has not explained to her that they are safe. He has met the general, and the general has said he will take care of him. So that part Hannah does not know. Otherwise, she will relax. So for two reasons, she is not relaxed. One, she has to do all the work. Second, she is anxious because she does not know that Sadao has already had a word with the general and they are safe. Sadao shook his head. I must try and decide in a day or two, he promised. I will do something in a day or two. But still, he does not say that general has promised that he will be taken care of. And because it was the first night, nobody came. He thought it would be the second night the general would send the assassins. But certainly he thought the second night must be the night. There rose a wind that night, like this. Nice. Only the present people can feel the wind and the air. Absent people can't feel that. Sir, I'm present. You need to be present. Very differently you need to be present. To have the wind allow it to touch your face and hair and your eyes. You're all absent. Wind that night, and he listened to the sounds of the bending boughs, branches, and whistling partitions. When there's a wind, if you keep the doors closed, there will be some noise coming in between the partitions, whistling sound. Hannah woke too, because it was a heavy wind. And he thought that in the wind also, same way, see, fans moving. Same way, but even heavier than this in the night. Same way, Sadao thought that the assassins might have come. Yes or no? Ought we not go and close the sick man's partitions, he said. They had kept it open. Remember, so that the assassins can come in. He said, can we not have the man come in? Close the door, otherwise he'll feel sick. No, Sadao said. He is able to do it now for himself. He is not explaining to Hannah why he has kept the partition open. The partition has been kept open so that the assassins can come in easily. But the next morning, the American was still there. So it is 2 days that have passed. How many? First day he was woken up. Second day he was woken up half asleep. The third night, of course, must be the night. The author is taking it to its climax. The third night. The wind changed to quiet rain. The wind changed to steady rain. And then the garden was full of sound of dripping eaves. Eaves again means leaves. Leaves. Leaf. Eaves. L is silent. And running springs. Springs means water running everywhere. You see hear the sounds of the water going down through the pipes and everything. Sadao slept a little better, but he woke at the sound of a crash and leaped to his feet. Jumped to his feet. He thought today is the day, and then there might be a fight between the American soldier and the assassins. What was that? Hannah cried. Hannah also, it was some noise which was loud. Hannah also cried. What was that? The baby woke at her voice and began to wail. Baby also, because she shouted, the baby also shouted, I must go and see. Right? Hannah wants to go and see. But he held her and would not let her move. Why is he not letting her move? Maybe it is the assassins. Maybe they are fighting. Maybe, something bad will happen. She will go and she will get hurt. Sadao, she cried. What is the matter with you? Don't go, he muttered. Don't go. Right? He did not allow her to go. His terror infected her and she stood breathless, waiting. Both of them were standing. They were breathless. They could not decide. There was only silence. Together they crept into bed and the baby in between them. Again they went to sleep. Hannah wanted to go and check. Sadao, assuming that the assassins are here, she should not go. If there's a brawl or a fight between these people one-on-one, Hannah would get in between, then Sadao would have to go, and then they might all be in danger. Yet he opened the door, the guest room in the morning. There was the young man. He was very gay, happy, and had already washed. Washed means he had already taken shower by himself and was now on his feet. And he was now on his feet. He had asked for a razor yesterday. He had asked for a razor yesterday. He wanted to clean his beard and shaved himself. And today there was a faint color on his cheek. What is the faint color on his cheeks? They are becoming red or they are becoming full. Earlier he had no energies, so his cheeks were sunken like the peddler, red tape peddler. Remember? His cheeks were sunken and his eyes gleamed hunger. Your cheeks are blown and your eyes gleam food and sleep. Your rights, right? No, Prajwal sir is talking about myself. Because he is becoming well, right? I am well, he said joyously. He was feeling well. And when you're feeling well, you are joyful. I don't know why this class is not joyful. Maybe they will be sick. No, they are sick with lot of food and unwanted stuff and not having goals in their life. Not being present in the moment and feeling everything that God has given, every good thing that we have. Not feeling that. So, you're lost. Sadao drew his kimono around his very body. He wore his kimono, that is the traditional Japanese outfit. He decided suddenly, go through another night. This is the 3 nights that have gone by and nobody came. So now he must do something, he thinks. It was not that he cared for the young man's life. No, simply it was not worth the strain. He did not care. Still, he did not care about this person. So, whom is he caring about? Family, kids. Yes or no? Hannah gave her without asking anything, she gave him full support. So now he has to do something. You are well, Sadao agreed. He lowered his voice. He spoke softly. You are so well that I think if I put my boat on the shore tonight, if I give you a boat with food and extra clothing in it, you might be able to row to that little island not far from the coast. Now, what is the little island he's talking about? Now, most of the people don't have this context, and we had this context. Remember, there are these small islands. Who's occupying them right now? Maybe the PRC, army, Chinese army. But all of these islands, they get submerged underwater when there is high tide. So he's showing them those islands. Remember, these are the islands where Sadao's father told him that these are the stepping stones from where people of Japan could go to places. These are the small islands. So he's showing him a small island. Right now the tide is low, so they can see the island. It is so near the coast means the sea, main sea, that if it has been not worth fortifying, in those times it was not fortified. Fortified has been built something or there. Now who has fortified these? The Chinese or the Japanese, and there is a fight because this is a major shipping route. You guys won't get time. You won't get time to read. You won't have any time. But otherwise, Prisoners of Geography, Power of Geography, Future of Geography are the 3 books all should read. So you understand all of this. But I won't say anything further. Nobody lives on it because in the storm it is submerged. Here they say storm. But what is it actually? The tides and ebbs. They called it the storms. But this is the season, not the season of the storm. It is not the season of the high tides. So it will not go under water. And then somebody goes to that island, they can stay there. But nobody goes there. Why? Because half of the year it is underwater, half of the year it is outside the water. So people have not built it. This is the golden times. Now, if you want to build something on it, can you raise the level of the island and build something on it so that it never gets submerged? Yes or no? And this has happened recently in the last many years. Yes or no? Chalo. You could live there until you saw Korean fishing boat. So Korea is nearby. Down again. If you see the map, you will understand. Korea was not at war. So Korea is a neutral country. When there is a war between two countries, if you jump on neutral country's boat, you can get to that country. And now you are not in the conflict zone, they say. And from the non-conflict zone, you can call your country and they can lift you. Or you can go back to your country. You can go back to the consulate in that country. Or the consulate mission, they call it. And they'll keep you in the consulate, or sometimes they will give you everything and they'll let you fly back to your country. So he's giving him a chance to go back peacefully. He's not a traitor right now. He had tried telling the general did not send it, but he now cannot keep him in his house. They pass quite near the island because the water is many fathoms deep there. So Korean fishing boats come nearby for fishing, and you could jump onto a Korean fishing boat, go to Korea, and then from there maybe you will be able to escape back to your home country. The young man stared at him, slowly comprehending. Do I have to? He asked. Do I have to? He asked. And he has to. Does he have a choice? Can he stay in this peaceful house all his life? No. I think so, Sadao said gently. You understand, it is not hidden that you are here. He is indirectly telling him that he has no choice. People know, the servants have left. Anytime police could come. So he had no choice. That is what Sadao is telling him kindly and politely. The young man nodded in his perfect comprehension. He could understand and he just said, yes. Okay, he said simply, because he had no choice. Sadao did not see him again until evening. Why? He was preparing. He had to prepare the departure of this guy. As soon as it was dark, he dragged the stout boat down to the shore. He brought his small boat, and in it he put food, bottled water that he had bought secretly during the day. Why secretly? Because he doesn't want people to know. Everything was done in secret, as if he wanted it. And as well as two quilts. Quilts, again, we know what they are. He had bought from a pawn shop. Pawn shops are they are unclaimed item sellers, or they are called cheap shops, dollar stores or things like that. There are these people who collect unclaimed items. Unclaimed items. In our country, nothing will be unclaimed. But in developed countries, you will find a lot of unclaimed items. People have forgotten it. And nobody will take them. They won't even touch other people's things. It is how other countries are. Our country, you put something and it goes missing. It used to talk about Atmiyata in Creative Assembly also. If you want to become Atmiya, don't touch anybody's thing without their permission. There is something basic civic sense. But people in our country, they will touch everything and anything. They'll purposefully take it. We are not like that, but we should take care. Unclaimed items. The boat he tied to a post in the water. So that, why did he tie the boat? So that it does not go in the sea alone. For the tide was high. See, the tide was a little high. But still he is going to let him go. There was no moon, which is good. Why? In the moon there is some light and you could be seen. If there is no moon, good. Blank darkness. And he worked without a flashlight. He did not use a flashlight to make this arrangement. Why? He did not want to attract other people. He did not want to tell other people what is he doing. When he came back to the house, he entered as though he were just back from his work. He entered the house. Even Hannah maybe does not know. As if he has come from work. And so Hannah knew nothing. Yes or no? He is not telling Hannah anything. Why? Because he is taking the full responsibility. He has to do that. A man has to do that. Boys don't cry. I don't get marks. You don't get marks because you don't work and you don't complain. Does not complain. It is his work. He does it. Has to do it. Get it done. Yumi was here today, Hannah said, as she served him his supper. Supper means dinner. We know that. Though she was so modern, still she did not eat with him. In Japan, women don't eat with the men. All of these are past traditions. They would serve, but they would sit differently. They would stand by their husband's side and serve them first. And when the husbands go away, maybe sit and eat food. આવી સભ્યતા આપણા દેશોમાં બી હતી, બધી જતી રહી, બધું ખલાસ થઈ ગયું, બધું ખલાસ થઈ ગયું. ચાલો, you understand this? And do you know why she had to be like this? She was also Japanese, and the old man, remember, Shadow's father wanted everything the Japanese way. In the modern world, people will not understand this. Though she was modern, educated women nowadays will say, "Oh, ऐसा तो कुछ होता है, हम साथ में क्यों नहीं बैठ सकते?" It is not about not sitting with on the side or which side or whatever. It was our tradition. It is how we lived our lives. It is how it used to work. We are losing it. We're becoming liberals. કંઈ પણ ચાલે, કંઈ પણ શું ચાલે? ના ચાલે ને, કંઈ પણ કેવી રીતે ચાલે? કંઈ પણ ચાલે. લોકો કે ભગવાનની મૂર્તિ છે એને માંસ ધરાવો, ચાલે? ના ચાલે. હાઉ કેન દેટ બી? ના ચાલે. ઇટ્સ અવર ટ્રેડિશન. તમે ખાઓ, તમે ગધેડા થઈ ગયા તો ચાલે. સમજ પડે છે. આઈ એમ જસ્ટ બ્રિંગિંગ આઉટ આઈડિયાઝ, ટ્રેડિશન. તિલક ચાંદલો નહીં કરવાનો, ચાલે. Some people question why. All of that, okay, you can question, but what is that? Why study? People can question that. All of this is stupid. There are some traditions which we don't know about. That doesn't mean they are wrong. બરાબર? Yumi cried over the baby. અહીંયા કોઈ એવું બી સમજે કે though she was so modern, still she did not eat with them. It is not, I don't think it is about Yumi. Servants won't eat with them. Some people will tell me, Yumi did not eat with them. It was not the idea. Right? Yumi cried over the baby. She went on with a sigh. She was left with a heavy heart. She misses him so. She had just come to check on the baby. The servants are nice. They have not complained to the police. They are thinking it is their problem, let them solve it. Once they solve the problem, if the problem is solved, we'll go back. The servants are, they are kind, yes or no? They are, you can also say they are loyal in a way, yes or no? They explained that they are wrong, but they have not taken any action. The servants will come back as soon as the foreigner is gone, Sadao said. See? Sadao has not talked to a single servant. Yes or no? But why can he say that? He is a man of character, and though he might not speak with servants, he has treated them with loyalty. He has treated them with respect for many years in the house. And they know that this guy is a very good man, and that is why even without talking to them, Sadao, just based on his own character, can say, જેવા જતા રહેશે ને આવી જશે, મને વિશ્વાસ. He's not talking because he has served them like gods or as believing they are gods, but he has served them as human beings. And why you can do that? Because you are a human being. You see, if your family household is good, your mom is good, as in your moms are good, but she does not fight with, the house help guys or the people who come and help her, or always is kind to them, gives them leaves, sometimes throws in extra food, give them sometimes extra money, does small things for their family. Even if she's out, when she comes back, they will come back. Why do such people come back? And why do some people, they never come back to us? It's not because of them, it is because of us. સમજ પડે છે? Lawyer, they say trust is the glue of the organizations. And people are not trustworthy. First, you have to become trusting to yourself. When you are self-disciplined, when you trust yourself, you will do your work. First, you do your work, then people will see that this guy is trustworthy. But nowadays, everything is cheap. People want to buy everything. And trust, loyalty, respect cannot be bought. If you don't feel it, you will not be able to show it. If you don't have it, and even if you show it, the other person will not feel it. કોઈ મારી પાસે આવે સર, if you don't have it, it will not show. I will come to know as a smart person, somebody has sent you. સમજ પડે છે? But I am talking about in general, families. Even if you have a business, there are employees who go away sometimes. But when they realize, they come back. Why do they come back? Because you have treated them with respect. This is very important. બરાબર? ચાલો. He went into the guest room, and that night before he went to bed himself checked carefully the American's temperature, the state of the wound, and his heart rate and pulse. Why? Because he was sending him away, and he will not have his services. If he feels sick, he will not have Sadao. The pulse was irregular, but was perhaps because of the excitement. I told you, whenever you have to take a journey, you are excited. So the pulse will not be standard. When you are excited, the pulse will not be standard. The young man's pale lips were pressed together and eyes burned. Only the scars on his neck were red. This is just the description of the person before he was leaving. Does not make much sense, but he was still pale. He was not completely well, but he has to go now. I realize you are saving my life again, he told Sadao. Not at all, Sadao said. I'm not saving your life. I'm not saving your life. I would not. If it were to me, I would kill you. You are my enemy. अरे यार कैसा दो साइडेड बात करता है, एक बाजू सेव करता है, दूसरी बाजू बोलता है आई विल नॉट सेव यू, आई विल किल यू. So what does he mean to say? I am doing this for Hannah and my family. I only worked on you because I was a doctor and I am a good human being, and I have been taught in medical science that if a person comes to you in the time of despair, you need to help him first. Do you think such things happen in the hospital these days? No, generally people will say pay the fees first, then we'll check you. What is the man supposed to be doing first? First check. First get the person out of trauma. First do whatever. But does that thing happen? Especially in the underdeveloped country like ours? Yes, they do. We are improving. Even in foreign countries, they won't take you. They will tell you, where is your insurance? And they would just give you something emergency if there is needed, but they will not touch you because it costs money. And then if you will not study, where will you get all of these things from? Where will you get your insurance from for your family? You want them to die on the streets? No, sir, we are well prepared. You only know. I don't know. Your family knows. Sadao said, it is only convenient to have you here any longer. I am doing it for my family and kids. He had hesitated a good deal about giving the man a flashlight. Why? Because a flashlight from somewhere in the dark, people will be able to say, nobody lives there. Where is the flashlight coming from? And people will go and see. So he did not want to, but he gave him. But he decided to give it to him after all. It was a small one, his own. It was a small one, his own, which he used at night when he was called by somebody as a doctor. Remember? As a doctor, you keep flashlights because you need to check eyes, maybe ears, maybe throat, to understand if there is some problem. If your food runs out before you catch a boat, he said, signal me 2 flashes. At the same instant, the sun drops over the horizon. When the sun is going down, twilight it is called, at the same time you give me a flashlight. When you do that, the flashlight will come to you, but people will not be able to see. Physics. Do not signal in the darkness, for it will be seen. If you are alright but still there, signal me once. You will find fresh fish easy to catch, but you must eat it raw. You will get fishes to eat, but you will not be able to eat them by cooking it. Because if you cook it, then the smoke will go up again. People will figure out there is somebody there. A fire would be seen. Okay, the man breathed. So he's not only giving him the things to do, but he's also providing him ways in which he will be able to save him. So we'll stop over here and we'll take it from there tomorrow.